Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being here. I want to ask a few specifics on taxes that are proposed, specifically the one dealing with banks. It seems that this is a recurring theme each year in your proposal. I might note that when Democrats controlled both the House and the Senate, they did not embrace this proposal. So, and last year, of course, Republicans in the House did not embrace this proposal. So I question the sincerity in putting it again in the budget, other than the fact that perhaps the President's being consistent. You know, there's been a lot of talk about getting the banks to pay back for the cost of TARP. But based on testimony by the Treasury Department and numbers from your agency, the $245 billion that was injected into banks, according to the Treasury Department, turned a $13 billion profit. However, some of that TARP money was invested in other organizations like AIG, General Motors, Chrysler. The Treasury Department has let us know that on the Chrysler investment, we have lost $1.3 billion. On the General Motors investment, we've already written off $4.4 billion in loss, $23 billion of public stock was sold, another $23 billion is yet owed. We have 500 million shares of stock. According to the share price today, we could get about $12 billion from the shares of stock if we'd sell them. So we're looking at about another $10 billion on top of the already $4 billion in loss on GM, in addition to losses on AIG. So my question, of course, is if we've lost all this money on the car companies, which the President seems to be very proud of the bailouts of the car companies, but it seems to be that's where the taxpayers lost their shorts, and we actually made money on the money we gave to the banks, why is it that we're taxing the banks?
Good question. Thanks for raising it. When Congress passed the legislation that authorized TARP, they put in a provision as part of that legislation that placed on us the obligation to propose to Congress a way to recover any losses from the financial industry. So the way the law was written in our judgment, we have an obligation to propose to Congress how we would recover any losses across the program from the financial industry.
That's very helpful. So in your opinion, would it be more fair for Congress to give you the ability to recoup the losses from the industries you bailed out that you lost money on, as opposed to the only industry you can recoup from, according to the current law, which is the financial sector, in which you made money on?
I'm glad you're reminding people we made money on the investments in the financial sector. It's good to remind people that that was a very well-designed, very sensible set of investments, and I'm grateful that you've done that. Now, there is no way of doing this, recovering any losses, whatever losses we face, in a way that's going to be judged fair by people. But if you don't ask the financial industry to bear that cost, then you're going to ask other industries that benefited less from these programs, other industries that were innocent victims of the crisis, to bear the costs, and I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Of course, Congress can make that judgment.
Time has expired. Mr. Reed is recognized.